It's very interesting to see how this is going to go. I mean, they were very close last year's tournament as well.
Yeah. Here we go, the hairpin. Metallica makes it. Nacho makes it. 35. Metallica is in a big lead because he lost the least amount of momentum going out of the hairpin.
Yeah, she's 37.5 first lap for Nacho.
Metallica got a 35, which is really a solid pace for this track.
Yeah, 35 is definitely optimal first lap. And we can see that he's using a very low frame rate. It makes the pods very bumpy over that section that Metallica just went through.
And then a 35 again. Metallica doesn't crash. He's going to hit, going to be around 145, possibly.
Yeah, it just goes to show how really, in general, I feel like this game has developed in terms of, the competition and the standard of play in general. I remember in the day when we were playing, there really was hardly anybody who was doing any decent time.
Yeah, we were just vetting the book as we go, and 147, which is really solid.
I have to be honest, that last corner for Metallica made me very nervous. When you catch the back of the pod on the walls, it can easily kill you. So
yes, he was lucky he didn't die. So Metallica wins by about a second. So now it is 3, and now here comes Vengeance. This is the track that I really feel like does not belong in the amateur circuit. I feel like it belongs in the galactic circuit. Executioner should be in the amateur circuit.
Yeah, I would argue it's probably harder than the Gauntlet, which is on the invitational circuit list.
No, I would agree too. The Gauntlet is really easy unless you're going for the skip, which I know you found back in the day, and I had to skip hunt to find it because you kept it secret. Oh, not just saying this is the best part. This is has one of the most atrocious Uvu tubes in the track, because the Uvu 4 tracks like Vengeance are chock full of ore to crash into, and the first part of this tube is especially atrocious because you have it full of ore, and then a reactor core beam that, even with invincibility on, kills you if you hit it.
Yeah, I actually prefer the tubes on Vengeance to the Gauntlet, actually. Perhaps a little bit.
I remember when we were competing back in the day how I preferred the tubes in Executioner over Vengeance, and you were vice versa.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised actually by that. I mean, I would have thought on the Nintendo with 64, 24 frames, that the tubes would be hell, I imagine. But
yeah, the tubes are usually hell, but with Executioner, if you just break and then point down at the tube, I could usually hold a very consistent line, so...
No, we don't hate Vengeance that much, Dom Ray. It's a pretty good track, actually. I'm pretty fond of it. And it's always exciting to watch in tournament. So a low 103 there for Metallica first lap. That's pretty excellent, actually.
This is all warm-up, though.
Let's see. There's some risky rock hitting from Nacho.
Yeah, cog shaft, then you go through a cog shaft, then go through a cog shaft, then a tube. It's just, and the other reason why I found this tube so brutal is that for some reason I could never hold straight on the second and third laps. I would always have myself spinning on the second and third laps.
Yeah, I think that's just a characteristic of the game because I have that same issue. So, and actually, I'm very glad that we have had 90 minutes for this match now instead of 60 because as I said, I was very concerned about the time we're being
Yeah,
allocated.
we're gonna be going over 60 for sure from the looks of it, because these two final tracks are the longest of the amateur circuit.
Yeah, I knew it would take longer than an hour, so I'm very glad that that's been the case. Fortunately.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like our players are ready to do what is perhaps the most exciting track of the amateur series.
Probably easily the most difficult track of the amateur circuit too. This is easily the most difficult track of the amateur circuit too, I would say.
Yeah.
So, and I don't expect anyone to come close to the 305 here, just because this track is so dangerous when you're going for the fastest time on this track.
Yeah, it's actually a favorite of mine last year. I used it on several occasions in last year's annual tournament, which went pretty well.
Yeah, this is also a track because of that tube that's most optimal or higher frame rates, because it's a lot more stable. You're a lot more in control at higher frame rates, but there's also a higher risk of getting soft locked into a rock at higher frame rates.
Yeah, I still actually hadn't discovered a way of getting out of that.
You have to reset.
Okay. How do you reset?
Restart the race is what I meant by reset.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant you could continue the race.
No, I meant restart.
All right, so it's
And here we go. This is like, see, you have to narrowly dodge that reactor core beam. It looks like a giant version of the binders used here, but don't. It will kill you even with invincibility on.
You see the tubes, the speeds Metallica's reaching over 1200.
Yeah, it gives you a
units.
200 speed boost. We have 102 and 103 by Nacho and Metallica. That is really fast for this track.
Yeah, very, very fast first lap time.
Yeah. I know I actually was the first player to hold the booster down that first straight right after the shared section.
I can't remember that far back. Oh,
yeah.
Aggressive line from Knock, trying to hold that boost through the slot there. That's.
Oh, Nacho hit the reactor core beam.
Oof. Yeah, I remember I had some very strange deaths on this track when I experienced some frame drops, which can be fatal in these tubes. And yeah, like we said, you have to be very careful with the...
Oh, Metallica crashed, so now it's even again.
That particular spot is notorious, actually, for doing that.
Yeah, a lot of cases I see people lose the boost and crash because it just throws their patterns out of whack.
Yes, that's it, yeah. Like the pod suddenly jerks in the direction you're steering because of that sudden loss of speed, which causes you to hit walls tighter than you think. So at the moment, very close, I'm guessing, between Metallica and Nacho.
Yeah, if Nacho wins this, it's going to be a tiebreaker.
I suppose that's, in a way, a good thing about having 7 races.
Yes, yeah. And
our final section.
And 308